Ashley, Miss Jernigan. Thank you, Mark DePrime. We're going to help each other out. Good morning, everybody. Y'all give a round of applause for Mark DePrime is on the one and twos. I wish I had his speaker. He's going to supply the music for us as we get started. We're going live right now. So get ready to go live. If you have the information to stream live, go ahead and share on Facebook live and all of our Instagram and our Facebook MAO Alabama. And check that out. We're going to get started in about 5 minutes. We're going to kick this thing off. And welcome to Tread Red. DJ Prime, do your thing.
Something. I need 6 of me. I need 6 of me.
What? Can you tell me? I am, but I'm doing 6 things at once.
I need the link
Are you leaving and speaking?
No, I have a colleague that's supposed to speak.
And Doug didn't send it to him?
No, he didn't. He said me. But he said he would send it.
He should have sent this whole thing to you. That's the link. So Good morning, everybody. We're here at the beautiful Montgomery Union Station train shed in downtown Montgomery for Tread Red 2021. We're about to get started with all of the festivities today. I'm sure you heard the sounds of our wonderful spinning DJ earlier. They will continue throughout the morning as we start off our activities. But first, we have a few introductory remarks by our Tread Red coordinator, Doug McLeod, who also serves as the manager of consumer support at MAO. So bear with us. We will begin shortly.
All right, can y'all hear me? Good morning again, and welcome to Tread Red. My name is Doug McLeod. I am the coordinator for Tread Red for Medical Advocacy and Outreach, and I am also the program manager for consumer programs at MAO. I'm also an educator, and I just fill in whatever. Medical Advocacy and Outreach is a 501 not-for-profit healthcare and health education founded in 1987. And after that, we achieved recognition as the community-based organization funding under the Ron White Care Act, Part C. MAO has transitioned from a volunteer education and service organization to a full-time healthcare agency. Today, MAO employs over 100 employees, which serves 28 South Alabama counties, 18,675 square miles. We have 4 hub sites: Montgomery, Dothan, Atmore, and Selma. We also provide an array of comprehensive services, care for persons living with HIV and AIDS and other chronic illnesses. These services include medical, pharmacy, on-site food pantry, behavioral health services, social services, education, prevention education, and a lot more. We also have free HIV testing. We also have interpretation services for Spanish-speaking individuals, and she is full-time. We are now offering services that are not only solely focused on HIV and AIDS. MAO has a PrEP and STI clinic that is now open to the community. Over the years, as MAO has grown, so has the world and the way we operate. So 8 years ago, MAO decided to change Montgomery AIDS Walk to Tread Red Walk and Run. The word tread means to walk, step, stride, to pace, to march. And red symbolizes the red ribbon for awareness. So today marks the 8th annual Tread Red Walk and Run, where we will continue to walk, stomp, ride, and move and march. And this morning, we can move Montgomery because they are here. I would like to welcome you to Tread Red, and we will start our program with our words from our board chair, Mr. Frank Gitcher.
Well, good morning, brave runners, walkers, and supporters of MAO. My name is Frank Gitcher, and I am currently serving as the board chair of directors of Montgomery Medical Advocacy and Outreach. I am very happy to see you all here and to know that many others are virtually watching us and supporting us in our 8th annual Tread Red. I would like to say a special thank you to Mrs. Tamika Reed and Ruth Montgomery. Thank you for being here and supporting us here today. This is not my first MAO fundraiser. Nearly 35 years ago, I was honored to be in a group of men and women, LGBTQ folks, and straight allies, who got together in someone's apartment and created or established Montgomery AIDS Outreach. We had an inkling of what we wanted to do, but no idea of what we were up against. All we knew was that our friends and family were coming home to die with this debilitating and devastating disease. Someone said we were there because we choose to care. And that became our motto. If If any of you were around back in those days, you will remember that model appearing on many of our pamphlets and materials. We had no funds except to spend what came out of our pockets. And the LGBTQ community came forward. The drag queens and drag kings, God bless them, held many benefits for us and our community allies. And we stitched together a core set of services, some of which are still being delivered today, but with much refinement and good money. This is not to bring up 35 years ago to brag on those times, but all of us know that we get better when we build on our core structure. And since that time, MAO has always been on the forefront of delivery of HIV treatment for the river region and beyond. Just stop by our information booth, and you will quickly learn how MAO has expanded into South, Southeast, and West Central Alabama. Ask about U equals U, or PrEP. Ask them about all the new health services MAO provides to care for the entire individual's health. These are wonderful advances in the treatment of HIV, but MAO wants to end the virus. We all want to end the virus. My friends, we have to get rid of the stigma to start getting rid of the virus. 35 years ago, our friends, my friends, were dying partly because of the stigma, and that's still going on today. Dr. Laurie Dill from MAO and her statewide health partners are working hard to end the HIV epidemic in Alabama. Those are all the things MAO is doing. But to accomplish these and other future services, we will need to provide, until we do end HIV in Alabama, we need you. Whether you're here today to participate and walk, or just to watch virtually, think of someone who was helped by this agency. And then think of somebody who works and volunteers currently for this agency. I'd like to think of Dr. Angela Lowry, who passed away a year ago this past week, who devoted her entire life, it seems, to this agency and did so much for agency clientele. But you have somebody in mind too. Keep that person in mind as you participate today. Thank you to our police officers and first responders who are here to help us. Thank you to Mrs. Reed and the Montgomery folks, to everybody who's volunteered today. Thank you to our sponsors, to those watching virtually, and thank you to those who are actually here to walk. For the treadredders, walk on things. Thank you.
Testing. It's internet. Okay, we're ready. And now we'll have words from our Chief Executive Officer, Michael Murphy.
Good morning. It's probably going to go in and out. I'll go to preacher voice for just a second. And just say to you all, first of all, thank you everyone for coming out today. For whatever your reason, if it's because of MAO, it's because you want to be helping the city of Montgomery and get Montgomery active and River Region active, that's exactly what we should all be doing. Because our whole goal is to make this region even stronger and healthier. I also want to say to you all, out of this opportunity, our MAO board members, our current staff, and previous staff who worked in if you don't mind raising your hand. And I wanted to say thank you. I appreciate this opportunity. MAO next year is 35 years old of being around. Next year, you're going to see even more folks going all the way down into this train station. And you all begin talking it up right now because it's going to be about the same time of year. So thank you. And let's have a good walk and run today.
It's been working. But we're not gonna let that stop us, right? I can talk loud enough. Next, we will have our medical officer, Dr. Cordelia Stearns.
Hey everyone, I'm reading notes because I'm a bad public speaker. It's an honor to speak to you all today on behalf of the medical clinic and to thank the community for the love and support you are showing today and every day. With your support and generosity, we're able to provide a patient-centered medical home for thousands of people living with and at risk of HIV throughout Central and Southern Alabama. Through the challenges of the last 3 years, we have expanded services to our patients, their families, and our community. We welcome 4 new nurse practitioners and a new physician to our team, allowing us to reach more patients and provide innovative care services. We're growing our HIV prevention capabilities and can now offer comprehensive PrEP services both in person in our wellness center and via telemedicine for clients who prefer to do visits and even labs from the comfort of their own homes. We opened a walk-in STI clinic in our Montgomery location where community members can access testing and treatment for sexually transmitted infections, as well as education about sexual health in a non-judgmental and affirming environment. We care for a growing number of pregnant and postpartum patients with HIV and their babies in our Hope Clinic. We're newly able to offer COVID vaccination for our patients and the general public, and we're expanding COVID education and vaccination for rural communities of color in our catchment area. And we're planning to open a gender-affirming care clinic, providing comprehensive primary care services for the LGBTQ community in 2022. We know that the challenges of the last year and a half have disproportionately impacted the vulnerable patient population that we serve at MAO, and our community needs us now more than ever. Your support allows us to grow to meet those needs, breaking down the barriers and stigma that our patients face and offering health, wellness, and support. Here's to better times ahead for all of us, and thank you for all that you do to help us get there.
Thank you. And now, we have words from our very own Miss Tamika Reed.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you all so much for coming out to this great event. Even though this is a Move Montgomery gathering, we're here to support Tread Red in their endeavors. We had the summer fit camp for Move Montgomery, which had 3 events, and this is the final event for that. And we wanted to do a walking event, a 5K type of event. And when we found out that MAO was having an event similar to ours, it was a no-brainer that we should join together and unite as a community in a city and a force to be reckoned with. That we want to make sure that we all have the same agenda as far as health is concerned. And that is the main objective that while we're here today. We want to get out. I understand that the weather is not cooperating with us, but that is not going to put a damper on what we're about to do and why we're about to do it. We're going to have fun. We're going to get out before the rain comes back, and we're going to do what we need to do. We are not going to melt if we get wet. We're going to get our bodies together, and we're going to do what's necessary to be healthy and to bring the city of Montgomery together. So we have Tuskegee track team here. They're out there this morning getting their dance on and everything. So we're going to lean on them to show us the way. They're going to walk throughout the group to make sure everybody is in line. If you need assistance, please grab someone with a Tuskegee shirt on, someone with the Move Montgomery shirt on. We have our whole crew, the executive board for Move Montgomery. We have task force members out here. So if you see someone that needs help, help them. If you need help, ask somebody. But we're going to get out, we're going to walk, and we're going to come back, and we're going to have fun, and that's going to be what we do for our workout this morning. So enjoy, and let's get started.
Thank you. Y'all give a round of applause for Tamika Reed. We're going to keep this thing going. moment, I do need, is Mr. Owen here yet? Not yet. We're gonna figure something out and keep it going before the rain comes. But we got words of encouragement coming up. Bishop Keith Moore from Impact Church. Okay, looks like we got a good mic. All right, cool. I'm glad to be with you this morning. So excited to be working alongside MAO. I really believe from Impact Christian Church and from the faith-based community. We just want to say that we're here to support as believers in Jesus Christ, that we are here to support the work. And I just want to encourage you as you walk today. One of the things that's near and dear to my heart is that we have a mutual respect and a common bond and love for all of humanity. And one of the things that I try to foster in ministry and foster in church and foster in the kingdom is that we all care for one another. And so as we do this walk today, I want to encourage you to continue to build. You know, the definition of community is people who have a like interest or common interest or have something in common. And if there's nothing else we have in common, we're all human beings. And so I want to encourage you to continue your walk. And I say to those around me that we can't accomplish anything until, first of all, I personally care. So as we build, we want to build the fact that I personally care and take responsibility for the desires of my heart and for the encouragement of my heart. And then Paul said it in the book of Corinthians that, listen, I became all things to all men so that I could win them. And so here's the next thing I want to encourage you to do is to move from I care to we care. Who are you going to share the message with? Who are you going to bless? Who are you going to encourage to also take part and be a part of this movement that helps us with our overall total man health? I think it's so very important. I celebrate MAO and the mayor's office and everyone who's here that we are a community that looks out for one another. And so let's continue today as we walk together, because all of us, man, all of us are connected. And here's the bottom line. Once I move from I care to we care, then we have to all care. And so I want to encourage all those that are watching by social media, those that are here, all Greek letter organizations, Christian fraternities. No matter what organization you are, we're all bound together by the fact that we should all care. So y'all have a great walk today. Unfortunately, I'm not going to walk. We're going to walk later today. I got to get to another appointment. So I'm going to walk. I'm going to get my walk here today, though, but I will definitely be walking. But I want to say to you guys, every step you take is a brick that's building this community. So let's continue to walk. All right, let's give a round of applause for Bishop Keith Moore.
Okay, I'm really loud. My name is Nancy. I'm a cheer coach at Capitol Heights. We're supposed to have cheerleaders from Capitol Heights and from BTW, but because of quarantine and kids and all that stuff, they're staying where they are. So I'm here to get you all excited and to make you some noise and get you excited about walk. Okay? So in order to do that, we're gonna do a couple things really simple. Today is Saturday, right? And Saturdays in the South mean what day is it? It's game day, right? So to do that, we're gonna get you excited about your team. Your team may or may not win today, but they'll win because you're walking. So we'll get you excited about the team, and then we'll do a little cheer for NAO, and then we'll get you ready to walk. Is everybody ready? Okay. So the first one is for all of my Alabama fans. I have to start with you because I went to Alabama. So when I say roll, you say time. Here we go. Roll! 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 There we go. All right. For all my Auburn fans. When I say four, you say eagle. Four!
Eagle!
Four! Eagle! Four!
Eagle!
You have to be loud sometimes. It's okay. All right. So, and we have some ASU students back there. Which one would you like to do? I'm so glad or AS? You tell me. Okay. AS, 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 AS.
You.
Alright, we also have Tuskegee in the house, and I'm not in the band, so I'm not doing all of my legs. We can do T-U, you know, T-U, you know. I got it? Okay, this one requires arm movement, okay? And you're gonna clap. M-A-O, let's go. Can you do that? All right, here we go. M-A-O, let's go. Keep going. M-A-O, let's go. One more time. M-A-O, let's go. All right. The very last one is when I say tread, you say red. Got it? When I say tread, you say red, tread, red, tread, red. When I say tread, you say red, tread, red, tread, red. All right, get it done. Have a good time.
Y'all give it up for Nancy. That's her wife. And she also works for the library. She's down there doing registrations to sign up to get you a library card down at her table. Now, we are about to get ready for the warm-up of your life so we can get ready for this walk and run. So who's ready? Clap a little harder when we get started. All right, bring it up. Let's get ready. Mark the Prime, are you ready?
I am ready.
We got Mr. John Owens ready to warm us up. Y'all get ready to go? Say tread red.
Alright, beautiful people! I am on this end. And the most important room in the shed is the bathroom. So you guys are the bathrooms on this end. Are you ready to get warmed up?
And y'all gotta pay attention to the train. He's right here. The trainer's right here. What's the trainer up here? Exhale down. One more time. Coming up. Good. Come down halfway right now. Pump right there. Y'all give it up for Mr. John Owens. Are you ready? All right, while the weather is still good, we would like for the runners to go out front where the starting block is. You'll see about time events out front. So runners first. All the runners. All right, Mike. You too, bro. Don't be scared. All the runners, make your way to the front. If you're running. All the runners up front. All right, walkers, we're ready. Please head to the front. Out front where the starting point is with about time events. Have you seen Carrie? I did it on purpose. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Huh?
Rural Alabama. It's a peaceful place to live. On a clear night, you can see every star in the sky. But if you're sick and need medical care, these country roads can feel long and lonely, especially if you're someone like James, who is living with a chronic illness.
Medical advocacy and outreach is a godsend. It's great. It allows me to go to my local clinic and still be able to see my doctors and my caregivers. And it's just a great program. You know, the most important thing when you have a chronic illness is keeping those scheduled appointments, you know, keeping up with your doctor visits, getting your medicines on time. And if you don't do that, things can go downhill real fast. So it's very important.
Medical advocacy and outreach started as a volunteer organization helping men and women living with HIV in and around Montgomery. Today, we've grown into a critical healthcare provider, bringing hope to thousands of people in Montgomery and all across Central and South Alabama. Some of our patients have insurance and can afford to pay for medical services, but many can't.
Okay, would you take a big breath in with your mouth open, please? Thank you. One more time. Good, that sounds a lot better.
MAO reaches deep into the community, bringing medical care and social services to people in need. We provide testing and treatment for a variety of diseases like hepatitis C, diabetes, and HIV, as well as mental health and addiction counseling for those who are struggling to make sense of the world around them. Many of these rural patients are facing a dark and uncertain future. But MAO is their shining star, bringing hope and light to those in their darkest hour. The sickest, the poorest, no one is forgotten, even those in the farthest corners of Alabama.
Let's take a listen to those heart and lungs.
Our nationally recognized telemedicine program brings experienced doctors to small towns across Alabama. So a patient in Conecuh County can receive expert care from a specialist in Montgomery. And people like Sheila can get the help they need.
Hepatitis C. I didn't know anything about it, much less think that I could have it. MAO was at a community health fair, giving tests for hepatitis C, AIDS, so I got tested. I'm glad that I did. My test results came back positive for hepatitis C. MAO has been my hugest support, from providing education materials to helping develop a treatment plan. MAO has been right beside me.
Today, MAO has expanded to offer dental services, social services, and counseling, and prevention services for HIV and STIs. Our continuing education program keeps healthcare providers up to date on the latest treatments for a variety of diseases. And our on-site pharmacy provides life-saving medications that many of our patients couldn't otherwise afford. From Montgomery to Marion, from Andalusia to Abbeville, MAO is there. A guiding star that lights the path for those who need a way forward. And with your help, that light can shine brighter than ever before.
It's been 30 years since MAO began helping those in need across Central and South Alabama. Thanks in part to donations from people like you, more than 1,800 patients are getting the care and support they need to battle chronic diseases like hepatitis C and diabetes. Please join us in our mission to help those who need it the most. Through your donation, you can be the star that lights their way.
Hello, everybody. We're back at the 2021 Tread Red Walk and Fun Run here in beautiful Montgomery, Alabama. Of course, if you can hear it, for those of you who are familiar with the river region, that is the train that's going by. But we are so thankful that it is still active, and in this world today that we have such great flashbacks to history to take everything we need here and there. So what we're going to do is we're going to check in with our walk coordinator, Doug McLeod, who's actually out on the walk path as we speak. Doug, can you hear me?
Hey, Thomas. I am making my way through.
We got the train trestle going on here, so
I hear it.
So I'm going to.
I I think I might not be as good a shape as I claim to be, unless I think I might have changed the walk route. Oh, I'm kidding. It just seems long because I hadn't done it in a minute.
Well, I think, one of the things we want to kind of check on right now is just, how's the weather going? Because we're fighting that rain today.
Oh, the weather is fine for now. We're trying to get it over before it comes in. It's actually kind of warm, and the sun is peeking out of the clouds, but it's good for now.
Well, we're going to let you kind of get your rhythm flowing. While our train is going by, we're going to cut away. And I have a special message. To share with everybody from Jennifer Thompson anyway. So we'll check back with you in just a minute.
Okay.
Everybody, please join us for a special message pre-recorded by our Social Services Officer, Jennifer Thompson.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Thompson, and I'm the Social Services Officer at Medical Advocacy and Outreach. In addition to medical care, MAO offers a variety of social services to people living with or affected by HIV. Along with managing a chronic health condition, people living with HIV often experience additional stress related to housing, nutrition, employment, and relationships. These social and environmental factors greatly impact health and overall well-being. The Department of Social Services is dedicated to addressing these needs so people living with HIV can remain engaged in care and live their best, healthiest life. Events like Tread Red help raise awareness about HIV, hepatitis C, sexually transmitted infections, diabetes, and other chronic health conditions that impact our communities. With your support, we can make a difference in the lives of those living with HIV and work towards ending the HIV epidemic. This year, I tread red for the thousands of women living with HIV who have experienced depression, anxiety, or other mood disorders during pregnancy or after giving birth. MAO is fortunate to receive donations from individuals and community organizations to fund Angela's Closet, which is named to honor Dr. Angela Lowry, whom we lost last year to COVID-19. Dr. Lowry deeply loved and cared for our birthing clients and their families. So Angela's Closet is our way of extending her love and support by providing items such as diapers, car seats, meals, and doula services to our pregnant women and new moms. So why do you tread red? Let us know by visiting our Facebook page at MAO of Alabama using the hashtag TreadRed.
Hi, everybody. We're back. Just want to let you know we have these wonderful Tread Red masks here. See our beautiful logo there? We're trying to keep everybody safe and happy today. But I hope you did enjoy that special message from our good friend Jennifer Thompson, who could not be with us today, but she wanted to make sure that she was able to share her piece. And like she said, make sure you do follow us on social media at MAO of Alabama. That's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, make sure for today you share your thoughts, your ideas about what we could do to end stigma throughout Alabama, not just the southern areas. Health stigma, whether we're just talking about HIV or another chronic condition, really is something that we have to remove. And when we talk about stigmas, one of the biggest stigmas relates to mental health and behavioral health issues. And I'm delighted to have my good friend Elena Parker Merriweather join me today. She is the Behavioral Health Officer for Medical Advocacy and Outreach, which basically means she is the lady that really shepherds everything we do to try to respond to the whole person in terms of their emotional, their psychological, and general well-being. So I just want to give Elena an opportunity to kind of speak a little bit about what chronic illnesses and mental health in and of itself mean, and why we really need to come together to support these issues, and most importantly, support the people who are just like you and I. They're people who are living with these concerns every day of their life. Elena?
Thank you so much, Thomas, for that introduction. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank those of you who are participating in this event virtually as well as live today. As Thomas indicated, I serve as in the capacity of behavioral health officer. And what that primarily means is that we place a specific emphasis on the importance of having good behavioral health. And when we say behavioral health, we focus on the importance of having good mental health and being mindful that we don't engage in behaviors that will result in some type of addiction. And oftentimes that occurs as a result of just different life issues that people experience in the world, and sometimes the inability to manage emotions and deal with the different stressors of life. And so when we talk about behavioral health, that is something that we have all been impacted by at some point in our lives, especially within the last year and a half or so due to the COVID-19 virus that is going on. And so we want to begin to look at what we can do to have good mental health, what we can do to manage our stressors, what we can do to be healthy mentally and emotionally with all of the different scenarios and situations that people are experiencing, not just within themselves, but within their family unit, within their workplace, within their community, within their faith-based culture, just in every element, every aspect of life. It is so important that we recognize within ourselves when something is not quite right. And that is something that we've all experienced at some point in life if we're not experiencing it right now. So one thing that we really strive to do within MAO is to make sure that our patients have the resources that they need to cope with life challenges, to cope with different chronic health conditions. And we also try to lend that same level of support to staff as well. So we provide a lot of individual therapy, a lot of group therapy. We do professional development, educational programs pertaining to different behavioral health topics that are occurring within the state, but also nationally as well. So one reason that we make sure that we are present and we're visible at Tread Red is because we tread red not just for MAO, but for behavioral health overall, because collectively we are responsible for doing what we need to do to make sure that we have good mental health. And if we have good mental health, we can support others in having better mental health, in addition to increasing the well-being and the holistic approach to life for everyone in the community. So once again, thank you so much for participating in this event today. And we hope that you will take the necessary steps for yourself to practice good mental health, be physically active, mind your thoughts, think about what you're thinking about, and take care of yourself. That is so important. So thanks again for your participation. And today we will continue to tread red for MAO and behavioral health overall. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. I don't know if you had a chance to mention that beyond today being Tread Red Day, it is also a day, obviously, in the month of September, but September has some significant meanings, particularly in the realm of mental health. One of the most important and most critical these days is suicide. The month of September is Suicide Awareness Month. And what are the statistics? The statistics right now are continuing to be frightening in terms of how many individuals we lose each day to suicide. I think it really is about being there for people.
And so, with regards to the statement that Thomas just made, we want to just make sure that we raise awareness around the importance of having good mental health, because if we have good mental health, then we have an opportunity to reduce suicide rates within the community. Okay. And so I don't have statistical data present, but I want to make sure that we emphasize the importance of different populations who have been impacted. And I think everyone is aware and has heard on the news about the increasing rates of suicide in teenagers and young adults. Okay, and so as a result of that, what I want to encourage and charge everyone to do is recognize when something is not quite right. Okay, and I want to say when something is wrong, but you know you better than anyone else. Okay, and if you know you better than anyone else, when you're feeling a little down, when you're feeling a little stressed out, or your mood is just kind of changed a little bit, be okay with reaching out to someone to say, I need to talk to someone. I'm not okay. I'm a little stressed out. Help is available, resources are available, and you can always call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline to access support. There are trained therapists that are on the other end of that lifeline, and they're available 24 hours a day to assist you and provide support as needed. Reach out to a friend, reach out to a family member, reach out to someone who is safe, okay? Someone who is safe that is going to give you the support and the encouragement that you need so that you can work towards having a less stress-free life. So that is so important. Thomas, thank you for mentioning that. Another emphasis that takes place during the month of September is also National Recovery Month. And when we talk about National Recovery Month, we talk about pretty much recovering from anything. People can be recovering from depression. People are recovering from grief and loss. People are recovering from different types of addictions. And so if we are here today, if we are present today, we are all recovering from something, okay? We're all recovering from something, and we want to just celebrate that recovery, okay? We want to celebrate that recovery and recognize that we have the capacity to continue to recovery, even in the midst of significant loss and difficulties. If we're on this side of the journey, there's hope, and we can keep it moving, okay? So thank you so much again.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a minute and kind of regroup. I do think that I would ask that you join me in thanking Elena for joining us today. It is very critical that we keep in mind that health is a much bigger topic than what most of us get credit for having. It is not only physical, it is emotional, it is intellectual. It is really about looking at our entire person, our entire being, how we're impacted externally, those influences, how we respond to them internally, and all of that has value. And I think often there is an opportunity where we have to stop and remember that we have to take a moment and remember to practice self-care and think about what is impacting us? How do we feel about it? And are there people to support us surrounding us? And that is one of the most critical things you can ever do. But when you need someone to talk to, there's nothing wrong with that, and we encourage you to do so. And as Elena mentioned, we offer counseling services for MAO for our existing medical care clients, as well as individuals that are addressing issues of substance use disorder. And we really want to make sure that we are not only providing the services, but we're encouraging you to also look at what you can do to best serve yourself in this very troubled time where we're all a little bit conflicted. We're facing multiple pandemics, not just HIV, but COVID, and realizing how we can all come together as a community and also make sure that we're there for ourselves. So I just wanted to add that in. In a few minutes, we're going to step back to Doug, who's out on the walk path. He's catching a bit of a curved turnaround out there, but I think he's back with us. So bear with me just a moment, and we're going to shift the feed back over to Doug. Doug, are you out there?
Yes.
Yeah, how's it going?
It is going. And like I said before, it's been a minute, so I don't recognize the route, but I do now because it was the route we used for 2019.
Well, you think, not recognizing the route should have something to do just with the general heat of the day?
That too. Well, we have with me my good friend, brother, it's Leslie Walker. We are treading red. Why I'm talking, just to reiterate, I would like to thank Ashley Jernigan who is the assistant to Miss Tamika Reed. She contacted me and wanted to get involved, and also wanted to partner with medical advocacy and outreach, along with our Tread Red. So this is fantastic to get a lot more people involved, to see who we are, to know what we do if they didn't already know. I would just shout out that I know Jessica Majors is here from State Farms. So is the Montgomery Library. So is Avita Pharmacy. They are not here today, but they have sent their hellos and thank yous and everything. And also we have Sam's Club, and we also have Gilead, just to name a few. So I would like to thank everybody, but as you look, you may not see anybody, but it's a slew of us. I start running, I'm doing running, and I'm doing the walking. So I left a lot of people behind, but we have quite a few people in the walk, and we have quite a few people in the run.
Well, that's the exciting part about Tread Red, is it really allows those who like to be runners, whether it's for physical fitness purposes or just for expression, as well as those of us who may find running a little challenging. So the walking part, I think, is also, something that allows all of us to come together in a way that we physically feel that we can give to. And for those of us, Doug was not just saying that. The reason that the runners are lined up first is because they do run. Many of the people that participate in the run portion, they want to get that timing down. They want to literally shave minutes off their running time, because this is not the only event where they participate in. They do marathons and runners all over the country, and I know one person actually does it internationally. So I think it's something to keep in mind when he says, well, they may be far back, and you can actually see some of them catching up on you back there in the distance. But
oh yeah,
we want to make sure that everyone knows that Tread Red is something that you can participate in from the comfort of your own home, from your office, from your car, because Tread Red is about community. And one of the things that we did last year for the first time ever was to have a virtual component for Tread Red. And that really allowed us to realize a long-term vision of about 30 days to Tread Red. Today is just the kickoff, people. We really want you to take the opportunity to not just walk or run today, but to walk and run, and make sure you think about how those steps might benefit other people in need. Your support for Tread Red goes far, and that could be made online at any point at maoi.org/treadred. And you can still sign up to be a virtual participant, because, again, you can walk wherever you want. So, Doug, are you seeing anybody catching up?
I do, but I see a young guy, a little fellow, who has been at the front of the warm-up, and he is in front of me at the walk. And I'm going to try and see if I can catch up with him and his dad. Just so I can get him to say hello, I got to get permission from the dad first. Dad, is this your son?
Well, we'll let you.
He has been on it. He's been at the front training. Thank you.
This gentleman, he was leading. He was leading our warm-up.
The warm-up. And he's running.
He is an inspiration to all of us, and I think it's also a reminder of why we do this. It's not just for those we love today, but those that will come later, and what they mean to a happy, healthy community. So we're just thankful that people of all ages come out to support Tread Red.
That's right. I really do appreciate everybody for coming out. And as each year goes, I hope that everyone will continue to join and more people join, especially next year, since we will be 35. So,
that's true.
Yes. So I want people to make sure they just help us out, come and support. It's good exercise. It's a good way to get out, especially while COVID is going on. So we're spread it out. We're making sure we follow all of the COVID protocols. And of course we have to, but of course we're doing it because we want to, but we're also doing it because we are a medical clinic. So we're doing both. And we're making sure everyone is safe and also walking.
I know that today we did make it possible for those interested, they could actually get a COVID vaccination today at Tread Red. And the general public, and particularly those in the river region, MAO does offer COVID-19 vaccinations from our Copeland Care Clinic at 2900 McGehee Road in Montgomery. If you are interested in getting your COVID vaccine, I would say just give them a call. You can always reach MAO at 800-510-4704. And just, check, what's a good time, what's a good day to come in, because we're happy to help you there as well. I think HIV is one of the other big issues today. And for MAO, our roots began there. And as our board chair mentioned in the beginning, we've come a long way in where we started. But it is thanks to people like you, people like Doug, and those who are running or walking with him and behind him and in front of him, that we can make a difference. We can make a healthier South Alabama together. So I encourage everybody to realize that we can all play a critical role in ending the HIV pandemic in this country and in our state, and most particularly in South Alabama. But it starts with getting tested. And in order to give Doug a breather, we're going to share a little snippet with you just to inspire you and hope that you have the opportunity to go out, learn about HIV, and make sure that you get tested.
Get tested. Half of new HIV diagnoses are in the South, but we only represent 38% of the nation's population.
It's not just a city thing. 23% of the diagnoses are right here in suburban and rural areas.
Don't think you're at risk. The truth is, everyone should be tested for HIV and Hep C.
MAO offers free, fast, confidential testing. You can get tested at our Dothan, Montgomery, or Atmore offices.
You can even find us testing in the community. Get tested with MAO.
Hazte la prueba. MAO ofrece pruebas de VIH y Hep C gratuitas, rápidas y confidenciales en nuestras oficinas de Montgomery, Dothan, Atmore. Hazte la prueba hoy mismo.
Get tested.
Opportunity to be inspired, to get tested for HIV, hepatitis C. STIs are also continuing to rise. And we encourage everyone, you do not need to be a statistic. You just need to be proactive and make sure that you take advantage of the opportunities presented to you. What I would like to do at this point, I have another colleague of mine who's sitting right next to me, and her name is Karen Carr-Turner. She actually is a community health educator. She is the regional coordinator for education and outreach for the River region. And before I have her take an excursion around to meet some of our exhibitors who are actually with us on site today, I want to give her an opportunity to introduce herself and let you know a little bit more about the nature of her work, the work that she and her colleagues do, just to make sure that the world is more educated, particularly South Alabama is more educated, and they have the facts and the information so they can make informed decisions. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet Karen Carr-Turner.
Hey, everybody, and thank you so much, Thomas. We appreciate the opportunity to be here. I am the Education Outreach Coordinator for our education department, and my office is located in Montgomery, Alabama. And we are tasked with going out into the community. And when we say the community, is exactly what we mean. Schools, churches, small groups, big groups. We'll even come to the house. We do drive-up, indoor, outdoor events. Our goal is to educate everybody that we can about HIV, ways to prevent it. We provide risk reduction supplies. We do testing on site. We'll come to you and test. We provide free confidential HIV testing in ways that will accommodate whatever it is that you desire. If we need to meet you somewhere to do a test, We have self-tests that you can pick up. You can come into our office Monday through Friday and be tested. We just want to be wherever you need us to be, providing that information. We definitely want to reach out to our younger population, to our parents, to our college age youth. We just want to be there and provide whatever information we can and let people know what's going on. We want you to be able to engage in positive conversation and dialogue about your sexual health and the sexual health of those that you love. So Thomas will definitely have all of our information, how you can reach me or any of my coworkers, and we can get you taken care of, as well as if you're interested in having us come out and do a presentation. So thank you again so much, Thomas, and thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to hearing from you all soon.
Thank you, Karen. Actually, in a few minutes, Karen's going to do me a favor because we do want you to be able to get an idea of some of the exhibitors and supporters that are with us today. And because I am in a quasi-fixed location, she's going to actually go mobile and kind of go around and meet some people and, more importantly, introduce you to them. So at the moment, one of the things I wanted to point out that Karen also is involved with, and so many others at MAO, is PrEP. Not only are we advocates in terms of adherence to medical treatment, getting people tested, we also do whatever we can for prevention. Anything that we can do to address prevention only furthers help everyone else who may be already living with HIV, so that we find ourselves growing closer and closer to that day when we can say we have ended the HIV epidemic. And there is a specific message that I really would like to share with you. And bear with me just a moment, and we're going to find out a little bit more about our education and what you can do.
Get prepared. PrEP is a daily pill that you take to prevent HIV.
MAO offers the latest PrEP treatments to help those not infected with HIV stay that way.
PrEP, condom giveaways, and wellness programs help South Alabama residents live their best life.
Let MAO help you get prepared.
PrEP es una píldora diaria que previene la infección del VIH. MAO te ofrece lo último en el tratamiento de la PrEP para ayudar a mantenerte libre de la infección del VIH. Aprovechala.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, one of the featured people in that clip was actually Dr. Brescia Gordon. She is the Education and Training Officer for Medical Advocacy and Outreach, and she works with Karen and so many others to try to make sure that we are addressing HIV, sexual health, chronic disease education, anything that can really advance the general community's ability to be more proactive with their health, to have a greater understanding of what's going on. And she has been with the organization for several years, but because she could not be with us here today, I did want to give her a shout out that she had pre-recorded that clip along with myself and a few others, just to try to give you an idea of what we do at MAO. And that what we do continues to change on a daily basis. And there is one thing that Dr. Gordon is involved with that we often don't talk enough about, and that is the fact that Medical Advocacy and Outreach also administers the AIDS Alabama Education Training Centers program. It is actually a training program for professional service providers, medical, counseling, social services, individuals that actually, like so many of our colleagues within MAO, are helping on the front lines to help improve health for everyone. So through Alabama ATEC, programs are available for free. Many of them are virtual and online, and can always be available for credit hours for those who need them for licensure. So we encourage everyone to consider just exactly what is going to be there, what you can do, and just try to figure out, you know, if we all learned a few more skill sets, just think of the difference that we can make. If you are a doctor, a counselor, a social worker, or anyone in a care profession that does want to learn more about the trainings offered by Alabama ATEC and our 8 colleagues across the south of the nation, please visit SEAETC.com. That's SEAETC.com. That's the Southeast AIDS Education Training Center's program's master website. There's a calendar of trainings that you can just click and register at any point, and all of those programs are so generously funded by HRSA and the federal government, and they allow them to be opened again free of charge for anyone who needs to explore them. So my good friend Karen is now going to go mobile, as I said earlier, and we're going to add her into the stream. Karen, can you hear me?
Hey.
Hey,
Yes,
I see that you're over with our friends from State Farm.
I am.
So if you could, why don't you spend a few minutes chatting with them and letting us learn a little bit more about them.
With us, wave to everybody. I sure can, and you all don't mind the train. Hey, Jessica, thank you so much for being with us today. Tell them a little bit who you are and why you tread in red with us today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you were able to hear that. Our internet signal got a little weak there for a moment, and we were losing Karen. I'm sure we all are fully aware that, there are times when you just can't anticipate how technology will support you. But State Farm Insurance actually has been a supporter of Tread Red and therefore MAO for the last several years. And we are so appreciative that they are able to come out and be here to answer questions about the types of services they offer to people of all walks of life. And I think that there is something to be said for those who really will come out on a Saturday and they will sit patiently at a table. And we know that there is a shortage of so much in this world, but for those who will literally give so generously of their time after hours, we really have to say thank you so much. And particularly today to Jessica Majors, who is the local agent with State Farm, who really is the leader for keeping State Farm Insurance involved in Tread Red. So we thank her and we thank State Farm. So in a few minutes, my colleague Karen will actually be going and meeting a few other people that we want you so much to meet. And then we actually have a kind of a twofold where we have one of our exhibitors on site, and they also have their business partner who will be joining us remotely. So please stay with us. I do want to give you an opportunity to hear again a very special message from my good friend Jennifer Thompson of MAO Social Services.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Thompson, and I'm the Social Services Officer at Medical Advocacy and Outreach. In addition to medical care, MAO offers a variety of social services to people living with or affected by HIV. Along with managing a chronic health condition, people living with HIV often experience additional stress related to housing, nutrition, employment, and relationships. These social and environmental factors greatly impact health and overall well-being. The Department of Social Services is dedicated to addressing these needs so people living with HIV can remain engaged in care and live their best, healthiest life. Events like Tread Red help raise awareness about HIV, hepatitis C, sexually transmitted infections, diabetes, and other chronic health conditions that impact our communities. With your support, we can make a difference in the lives of those living with HIV and work towards ending the HIV epidemic. This year, I tread red for the thousands of women living with HIV who have experienced depression, anxiety, or other mood disorders during pregnancy or after giving birth. MAO is fortunate to receive donations from individuals and community organizations to fund Angela's Closet, which is named to honor Dr. Angela Lowry, whom we lost last year to COVID-19. Dr. Lowry deeply loved and cared for our birthing clients and their families, so Angela's Closet is our way of extending her love and support by providing items such as diapers, car seats, meals, and doula services to our pregnant women and new moms. So why do you tread red? Let us know by visiting our Facebook page at MAO of Alabama using the hashtag TreadRed.
Hey everybody, we're back again. Thank you again to Jennifer for pre-recording that message for us. We are once again being blessed with our transport train, but again, we cannot complain. Without those types of services, we just would not be able to have what we need, and that includes vital health and medical supplies being shipped to and fro all over the country. So we have to say thank you so much. This is also an opportunity I would like to take to thank all frontline responders. Today, those who are working on the front lines to address those who are so deeply impacted by COVID-19 are living something that for so many is just inconceivable, but they do deserve a great deal of our care and our respect. And we need to make sure that they're taking care of themselves too, because they literally are providing life-saving and life-sustaining efforts for the people that we love and that we know. So while we're working together to keep each other safe from COVID, please remember the frontline responders are out there, and they really are working on the front lines. And for those of us who work so closely with chronic health conditions, and for an agency that remembers so deeply what it was like to have very little information or fragmented information or services that didn't exist, nearly 35 years into it, it will get better. We've seen it change, and we're so thankful that there are changes happening. So just remember, we have to stay unified and work together. So in just a moment, Karen's going to be ready to start talking to our next party, and we want to make sure that you stay with us. So thank you. Hi, we're back again. A couple of our runners are actually already back, so we're very excited about that, and also a little sweaty and exhausted thinking what they went through to do that. But we are thrilled that they were able to cover the distance, and all in support of Tread Red. But my friend Karen is actually here, and I want to give you the opportunity for her to introduce you to another one of our supporters from Viva Healthcare and Viva Medicaid.
All right. Thank you again, Thomas. Y'all, I'm not real techy, so just work with me. But we have Miss Leslie Strappy here with us today. And I'll let her tell you a little bit about what she does. And she's got to tell us why she treads red.
All righty. Well, thanks for having me today. First of all, I'm here because I represent all the Medicare plans in the state. I also do some life and dental and cancer policies. But my main thing is all your Medicare plans. We're able to help out any of your Medicare needs, questions about Medicare, income, help with low-based income assistance. And I tread red for my community because I'm here to be I'm a part of the community, and I'm here to help be a positive influence.
Exactly. And we love Leslie. She is one of our greatest supporters. She's always there when we need her to participate in events. And we just love having her as a community partner. Can you tell them how they can get in touch with you for any of their needs?
Absolutely. You can give my cell phone is on every day, all day. And this number is 334-444-0023. That's the best number to reach me. You can call me, text me, and I am available for you. And I have over 10 years in the industry, so I'm pretty knowledgeable and will be any assistance I can.
Okay. Is there an email where people can reach you as well?
It's my name, Leslie Strappy @gmail.com.
And how do you spell that, Leslie?
Leslie is Leslie.
Okay.
And Strappy is STRAPPY. So Leslie Strappy @gmail.com. And that number is 444-0023.
All right. Thank you again so much,
Leslie,
for coming. And hey, if you guys are out at any other community events, I'm telling you, just look for it because I'm sure she is going to be there because when she says she's for the community, she is definitely for the community. And I'm going to get Thomas, our tech StreamYard genius, to come back over and move us to our next next section. Thank you so much, Leslie. Thank you.
Oh, my mask keeps slipping off because my face gets sweaty. But that's what we do to stay healthy. No, I just wanted to say, it really is important, again, to have individuals that will come out and support in non-business times just in order to try to help people get the services they need. And we want to be appreciative to that. In just a few minutes, we're going to meet some supporters from New York Life that are also with us today. And Karen, stay away so I could open my mask fully. Thank you. But we're going to have some individuals step up from New York Life, and we have one of them who's actually here physically, and then we have one who will be joining in virtually from another site location. So bear with us just a moment while they come over to our interviewing station, and we'll go from there. So take a moment to contemplate on for whom or for what you would tread red. We tread red, many of us, for HIV, hepatitis C, diabetes, mental health and substance use disorders, and so much more that really needs our growing love, attention, and respect. And again, earlier, remember, we pointed out this month, September, is Suicide Prevention Month. And in just a moment, you're going to see a number on the screen that we hope you will take note of and share with those you love, and always keep in mind in case there is ever a time where you feel that you need support. Hello, everybody. Karen actually is going to bring our New York Life people over in just a moment. But I have another special guest that's actually here with me today, and that's Akai Mumfield. She has a long history with MAO, and we're so appreciative that she comes out and continues to support everything that we do. And she has taken everything that she led us to do years ago onto a much higher plane. She now works as a co-advisor of Association of Black Social Workers, the ASU chapter. She's also the director of field education, Department of Social Work at Alabama State. So I want to give her a few minutes just to try to share a very kind of personal reflection and her own thoughts on today. #TreadRed.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, Thomas, for having me, and MAO and Doug. As he mentioned, I am Kai Mumfield. Today, particularly serving as advisor to the Association of Black Social Workers, the ASU chapter, director of field education for Alabama State University. And as a social worker, it is my pleasure and my honor to be here and serving and this cause and to continue to serve MAO. Particularly, again, like I said, in my role today, we know that the CDC estimates that about half of new infections are among African Americans. And so being a part of and a co-advisor to the Association of Black Social Workers here on campus, we know that things like access to healthcare, poverty, this COVID epidemic, stigma related to this disease, all contribute to testing and treatment factors. And so for us, again, as a part of this particular organization to represent social workers here, our goal, our mission for the national chapter, the National Association of Black Social Workers, is to make sure that we are empowering people of African ancestry. Can you get my words together? African ancestry. Thank you there. I'm too excited this morning through advocacy, through direct service, through research. And so again, it is our honor and our pleasure to be serving. We've had students out this morning who have walked, who have volunteered, and who have been a part of this. And so we also know that community is important. We don't do this as just one organization. We don't do this as one group. We do this in community to one another, because that's where we affect change. And having been an employee of MAO, direct service worker, my first job out of college, as well as the director of social services later, I intimately understand what it means and what it looks like to educate, to advocate for, to provide direct services, and to administrate and provide supervision for those who are serving our clients, our population, those who are infected and affected by HIV. And so I am honored. I appreciate you guys being here today. And again, it's our pleasure to serve in community with MAO. Thank you, Doug, for this opportunity. Thank you, students, for coming out, our ASU for representing, and thank you for being here to continue to walk with us, to continue to run with us, and be in community with us as we address and work to end this disease within our community. Peace out. We'll see y'all at 35 next year. Stay tuned. Thomas, we're ready when you're ready.
Thank you, Kai. Believe it or not, we've known each other a little while, but until we see each other, it always is one of those weird things, because I first met her when she was gracious enough to sit on an HIV and family panel that I was moderating, because I do think that when we look at the definition of family today, we have to think much broader and much bigger. And often, true family is a combination of those we share blood with and those who are just there as part of our committed, loving, non-judgmental circle of supports. So I always wanted to thank her, because she really helped that point really be made clear in a panel. And since then, I've been one of her biggest fans. So I was just thrilled to have her join us today, and know that she's continuing to make a difference to inspire the next generation of social workers to do the best they can to bring people connected with what they need to live happier, healthier lives. So I'm going to reintroduce my friend Karen here. She's going to join us to introduce our colleagues from New York Life who are here supporting TreadRed. We're actually going to do a midterm transition, because again, remember earlier, I said we are going to have one who's with us on site, and then we're going to be joined by someone entirely virtual. So Karen, I'm going to pass the chair to you, and she is our Duchess of Protocol for today. So we're going to hand it over to Karen.
Hey guys. Thomas is going to make me a TV star or a Facebook star or a StreamYard star or just some kind of star. So if you want to come on over and join me in the chair, we have a representative here from New York Life, and he is going to tell you who he is and what he does. And look, he's smiling. I have another TV star with me.
They say I'm a natural. Yes, I am with New York Life. My name is Kenry Abraham, and I trade red because I like to level the playing field. I got with MAO about a year or two ago, and a lot of people that are living with the virus don't get the opportunity to talk to people, and people just won't even talk to them. But I have a first cousin who's living with the virus, so this is very personal for me. So I have to, and he encourages me because when we leave here, he's going to ask me how it went. He's like, hey, use my name and go through and give me all the information. But the reason why I'm here is because I want to level the playing field, give them the same opportunities as anybody else, and it shouldn't be a situation to where they can't talk to someone. And just be honest, it's an uncomfortable conversation, but it's a conversation that we need to have. So I make it as uncomfortable as possible. My colleague is waiting to come up next, but enough about me. I'm with New York Life, Kenry Abraham, but the staff at MAO is off the charts, and the music has been great, and I just didn't get a chance to do the run. It would have been nice. So that's my way of copping out. I had to stay at my table. I had to watch the stuff on the table. So, but yes, affordable options. Let's just have a conversation.
All right. Thank you so much. Is your colleague going to let us know how we can get in touch with you guys if we need something?
Yes, I'll give you my telephone number, which is 334-715-3208. I'll repeat it one more time. That's 334-715-3208.
All right.
And my name is Kenry. My colleague will probably give you a contact number as well. But I definitely thank you all. We're excited. This is great.
All right. Thank you so much. We love your energy, and we're
Tread
so
red,
happy.
tread red, tread red,
And
tread
we're
red,
going to
tread
bring
red.
in Mr. Bernard Mathis from New York Life. He'll be coming in. Hey, Bernard. How are you?
Hello, how are you today? Just
I'm
fine.
fine.
Just
Thank
fine.
you so much for being with us. Can you tell them a little bit about you and what you do and why you tread red?
Well, actually, I own Mathis Financial Services. I've been in the business roughly 40 years. And what my objective has been is to find products that will suit different groups. And was lucky enough to have 3 or 4 companies now that will actually look at a contract from a person who has HIV/AIDS positions or diabetes and other health issues. And we can, instead of saying, well, the most insurance you can buy is a $10,000 contract or possibly $25,000. We have a couple companies that will insure a person up to anywhere from $100,000 on up to $1 million if they can qualify. And that is a big jump because normally it's been a $10,000 situation, whereas, like I said, just been an advocate of finding things for clients who positions were out of the norm. As I say, I've been in this business a little over 40 years, and I enjoy working with persons who need services. As I say, I'm Mathis Financial Services. You can find me on Facebook. Actually, on Thursdays, if everything is going right, usually at 7:00, I'm on my regular Facebook page, and I do do some type of financial business position, learning about annuities, learning about retirement, how to retire well, how to actually do investment positions. So that persons can have monies out in the future. But my number is 334-467-1108. I'm at Mathis Financial Services, and my email is mathis7864@AOL. And just thank you, and enjoy being here with you guys, even virtually.
Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing that information. I too have at one point experienced having a hard time getting some life insurance because of a health issue. So it's so important. And guys, if you know anybody, if you need his services, please reach out to him. Give him that number one more time. That's Mathis Financial Services.
Mathis Financial Services. My phone number is 334-467-1108.
All right. Thank you so much again. Thomas is standing here, so I'm going to let him transition us to our next guest. And we appreciate all of your support. And we look forward to seeing you soon, Mr. Mathis.
No problem. We thank you.
Uh-huh.
So we're back again. Thank you, Karen. We are moving right along. You'd be shocked how fast some of those runners can move. And with them, they're basically like a tidal wave pulling the walkers with them. So things are moving along a lot faster than what we really expected them to do, but that's not a bad thing. Given the heat, I think everyone wants to make sure that they can do what they can do as well as they can do it, and then get some water and rest. But earlier we got to hear from Ike Mumford, and she is one of several supporters that actually are always there for MAO and for the communities that we often serve. MAO has a list of partnering agencies throughout the country, but we have such a concentration in the river region. And one of the organizations is actually Central Alabama Alliance Resource Center. And we have Shakita B. Jones with us today. We're going to give her an opportunity just to kind of share why she treads red, and also let you know a little bit about the agency that she leads, because they are also, like I said, they're part of the MAO extended family, because we are all working together to improve and to make a more vital community. So, Shakita, would you like to come say a few words? Sit right there.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shakita Jones. I am the founder of Central Alabama Alliance Resource and Advocacy Center. It's so nice to be with you here. I tread red because of my over 20 years of service, and just so I can honor those who continue to be soldiers in the fight for HIV, and I honor those who have gone on to be with our ancestors, who continuously watch over us as we do this important work. Just to let you know a little bit about KRAC, we are located in Wetumpka, Alabama, and we serve as allies for people living with HIV and other health disparities. We are a small little operation, but we do big things in our community. So come and look us up at KRAC, www.krac.org, and you can learn all about us and see what you can do to help. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Thank you again, Shakiti. We are thrilled to have you with us today and for you to be able to say a few words. KRAC really is one of several organizations that we work with repeatedly, along with a group of sororities, Delta Sigma being one of the larger that we coordinate with often, groups of fraternities, of course, organizations like the Alabama Department of Public Health, the Alabama Department of Mental Health, Baptist Hospital. We do a great deal with organizations throughout South Alabama, because there was no way that any one of us could do everything alone. But we really do try to make sure that everyone gets the critical care they need, that they provide the services and the supports that help to make what they do in their lives promising and create opportunities for them. So we really are thankful that we can take a few moments here and there to give back and allow our partners to speak about the vital services that they give. I also want to give a shout out to SARCOA, the Council on Substance Abuse, for the work that they do. They, along with MAO and MAO Behavioral Health specifically, do a great deal about trying to advance our understanding of substance abuse disorder and also to look at things that I think often we don't spend enough time discussing, which is the link between substance use and other types of issues, particularly HIV. So much time is spent talking about how HIV can be transmitted sexually, but we don't spend enough time to also talking about the fact that it is a blood-to-blood virus, and that any opportunity for exchange of needles introduces an opportunity or a risk for HIV. So it really is critical that we do what we can to educate the public, so that the public can create their own opportunities for greatness and to be informed and to make informed decisions. So bear with us a few moments while we're waiting for our walkers to come back and to start moving on with some of our discussions, announcements with our walk coordinator and those responding. So before we move forward, I also want to take a moment to say that last September, we lost an extraordinary lady, Dr. Angela Lowry. This past week, MAO had dedicated in all of its site and service locations, that including Montgomery, Dothan, Atmore, Selma, and all of our 11 satellite locations throughout South Alabama. We made it the Angela Lowry Week of Service, and we were so appreciative that MAO's Board of Directors issued a formal proclamation declaring that. We were able to do opportunities of give back with a particular air of respect and memory to Dr. Lowry. Dr. Lowry, she was a remarkable lady and an amazing doctor, a committed doctor, and a extraordinary individual as an educator, a retired military service person. She led so much of our critical efforts with our mothers living with HIV, that some may know as the HOPE program. The HOPE program addresses the needs of mothers living with HIV and their newborn, and often that monitoring and those social systems continue up through the first year of the child's life, because it is possible to have HIV and not pass HIV on to those you love, whether that be through committing to your own medication treatment to become undetectable, because U equals U, undetectable equals untransmittable. Also, when you are an expectant mother, to be able to have a team around you of experienced people to monitor, to make sure that there is every opportunity taken to reduce the risk of transference to the newborn. It means that newborn will not share the same care needs. And that is often something that every mother wants, is that they want to know that their child is one step further than they are, or one step healthier than they are. So Dr. Lowry was a critical part of our team, and she will now and forever be remembered and continue to inspire us. So for those of you who could not join us this past week for the Dr. Lowry Week of Service, I would like to take a moment and share some of our thoughts, our team's messages, opinions, and tributes to Dr. Lowry.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day.
All right. If you can hear me, gather around. Everybody that's still here, gather around. Once again, we'd like to thank everybody for coming out to Tread Red. We'd like to thank Move Montgomery for coming out. If you're in the building, let me give me a holler, shout, scream. Once again, we'd like to thank you. We'd like to thank everybody who supported us, Vita Pharmacy, Gilead, State Farm, all of our internal departments, behavioral health, education, and all of our other supporters, groups, friends, families, especially the AUM nursing students. The Association of Black Social Workers from Alabama State University is still here, I think. AUM, are you in the house? Is it Tuskegee track team still here, or are they gone? They're gone.
They kept running.
Oh, one is here. Okay, but again, we'd like to say thank you, and also I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Tamika Reed.
Okay, everyone, we had another successful Move Montgomery Tread Red event. Thank you all for coming out. Look for the next Move Montgomery event via Facebook, Instagram, our website, movemontgomery.com. We'll be posting what is to come, and we just look forward to keeping this initiative moving. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And don't forget, just keep it in your calendar, save the date for next year. We will turn 35. It is a celebration. 35 years, anniversary 2022. Thank you.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us again for Tread Red. This has been Tread Red 2021.
Who gets the trophy?
And Doug is talking about some trophies now.
Is in Dothan, October the 16th, and we will find out who the winner is. And the team who raised the most money gets this trophy.
It's so entertaining, and at the same point, it also I know disappointing for some. But with 30 days of Tread Red kicking off today, you have until October 16th to continue to walk Tread Red in your local communities, around your house, around your yard, wherever you have the opportunity to walk, in the name of health awareness, ending stigma, and helping us eliminate or put an end to the HIV epidemic in South Alabama. Please join us at maoi.org/treadred and add your support as a virtual supporter of Tread Red. Make sure that you sign up. You can even create your own individual fundraising page and share that via email and social media to encourage friends near and far to add their support. Whether you're giving $1 or whether you're giving 100, every person's support could make the difference between someone living a wonderful, happy, healthy life and someone struggling, or making sure that those who are at great risk of being exposed to HIV, hepatitis C, or who see that they are not getting the health support they need for issues like diabetes or substance use disorder, find the support and help they need. So do make sure that you add your support. This has been 2021 Tread Red Walk and Fun Run. All proceeds benefit medical advocacy and outreach. For those less familiar, MAO is a 501c3 not-for-profit. We serve 28 South Alabama counties, covering roughly 18,675 square miles. We hope that if we do not see you in person, we see you virtually, and that you spend each and every day taking care of yourself and those you love. Thank you for joining us. Happy Tread Red Day. #Tread Red.
We are in the race to end the HIV epidemic in Alabama. It will take all of us. Join the team. Join Tread Red.
Events like Tread Red help raise awareness about HIV, hepatitis C, sexually transmitted infections, diabetes, and other chronic medical conditions that impact our rural communities. With your support, we can make a positive difference in the lives of those affected by HIV and work towards ending the HIV epidemic. So why do you tread red? Let us know by visiting our Facebook page at MAO of Alabama using the hashtag TreadRed.
I tread red to improve rural health care.
So I would tread red for quality, compassionate health care because I believe all people, regardless of their race, color, sex, gender, creed, deserve quality health care, but also from compassionate providers.
I tread red for the education. I think that we as a people will suffer if we don't know what's going on. And we have to support the education part so much. We're taking good care of folks, but we need everybody else to know that they're just people like me, like you, like anybody. And I want us to be an educated people so that we can go ahead and defeat HIV.
So I tread red for African American women who make up 60% of new HIV diagnoses each year.
I'm a military veteran and I served under Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So I tread red for all of military veterans who came before me and left before they may have wanted to leave the service just to live a more authentic life.
My name is Thomas Stevens. I'm the Media Relations Specialist for MAO, and we're here at the beautiful Kiwanis Trail and Park in Dothan, Alabama, the peanut capital of the world, home to the National Peanut Festival, and of course, one of MAO's hub site locations. For those that may have missed some of the remarks that our Executive Director, Michael Murphy, made when our sound was going in our video, MAO offers services through 28 counties of South Alabama, reaching nearly 2,000 people. Actually, as of 2019, more than 2,000 people across that county span. That actually works out to be roughly 18,675 square miles of service area. And we have been dedicated more than 30 years, having been founded in 1987. Originally in Montgomery before we were invited to replicate our services in the Wiregrass community. Today, we sit here looking at a beautiful community that is torn and pulled from multiple pandemics. And one of them is very heavy on everyone's mind at the moment. But while we continue to persevere and unite and stand together to address COVID, we also have to remember that we're addressing that in a world that is already facing other pandemics. Many of them our services are dedicated to on a daily basis, helping people live normal, happy, healthy lives. Many of them are living with HIV in various stages. We're excited to say that we have such increasing numbers of viral load suppression in our clients, and that's a result of the resolve of our clients alongside the dedication and compassion of our staff. So when we do Tread Red each year, we try to remember that it's not just about us. It's not just about a them. There is no face. We're in this together. And MAO is dedicated to care, compassion, education, and innovation. And we have for more than 30 years. So we're thrilled to be here today in beautiful Dothan, even with the overcast. And we hope that you're able to join us from wherever you are in the comfort of your home with your masks on if you're heading out, keeping social distance. But remember, we can get through any pandemic if we remember it's about a community coming together.
I tread red for HIV and diabetes, and my name is Doug McLeod. I am the Tread Red Walk Coordinator. We'll see you soon.